That's awesome. Okay. You guys ready? Let's get this thing started. Okay. I'm make sure I have everything ready for you guys. How about one of you guys text me? Make sure you can see and hear all of this. We'll be ready to start in 2 seconds, everybody. All right, it's about time for us to start. Thank you, Trevor. I needed that. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, everybody, I want to welcome you to our team training call, our Sunday night team training call for Team Elite Marketing in Jeunesse. Team Elite. Elite doesn't stand just for the best of the best. It actually is an acronym, and it means establishing legacies in today's economy. And so I'm T.Gray, your coach, founder of Team Elite, fellow warrior in success. And I want to welcome you to this call, to this Google Hangout, YouTube video, conference call if you're on the conference call line, whichever one you're doing, but definitely excited to be here with each and every one of you. We are exploding all over the world. Just so many, every week it seems like something new is happening with this team. I mean, we got new champions coming on board every single week that are making it even more and more exciting. Let's see. This week we saw the Philippines really join our team. We've got so many people in the Philippines that have jumped on board. I want to say special congratulations to Rosette Pacetes, Lynn Manalo, Daisy Agnesaban, the team that they're building. I got a chance to meet some of the Filipino leaders. That event was just so awesome. It was standing room only, 500 plus people at the new Jeunesse office and meeting center in the Philippines. And I'm proud of Rosette, Lynn, and Daisy for going from Guam to the Philippines to be there to launch their teams. Next week, we're launching Instantly Ageless in Mexico. And we've got some champions on the team that are going over there, specifically Raul Juarez Jr. from here in Houston. Just excited about the way he's been attacking his business, one of the newer additions to the team. Next week also, you've got Jeunesse Emerald and our upline, Keith Yarbrough, and myself heading down to the Texas Valley. And I wanted to say a big hats off, congratulations to Marcia Terry and Dr. Onawad Terry, physical therapy doctor. These guys are knocking it out the box. They've got a team that's rocking down there with Griselda, Odelia, and so many others now. So many new people joined that team. I was just excited. Their mixer on last week on Thursday had 27 people, and that was almost as many people as we had at the Houston business meeting. So I'm just proud of the constant development that's happening there. We've got all sorts of rank advancement happening in places like Nigeria. Just so many new jades and pearls just popping every day in that market. I want to encourage our Nigerian team members to take full advantage of the promotion that's happening in Africa right now. Jeunesse does the Shoot for Sapphire promotion in different regions. They don't do them all around the world at the same time. They do it in different regions. The Shoot for Sapphire promotion ran November through March in North America. That's the US and Canada. But now it's running in Africa. And our team in Nigeria has the opportunity to earn $1,000, $6,000, $9,000 for their rank advancement to Sapphire and Sapphire Elite. So I just want to encourage you guys to let that be some fuel and some rocket fuel in your jet to make you go ahead and rock this thing. Let's see, who else do I want to congratulate? I want to congratulate James Henry, our newest Pearl. This guy he's rocking and doing some great leadership in the Nashville, Tennessee area. I know he got in his car and took a group of people to the event in Chicago. So great stuff there. Sabine Hyman in Germany, in Munich, was at the Jeunesse University event in Munich. And I got to tell you, I saw the pictures. That event was just mind-blowing. I mean, Jeunesse is just doing it big all over the world. And so I just want to encourage you guys, be real plugged in. Gigi Gilbert, going to the event in Atlanta with Adam Vincent Gilmer. Way to go, Gigi. Just soak it all in and let it come out, and your business is going to totally rock. So guys, ladies, if you're brand new, I just want to welcome you. I think you can tell this is a family. We care about each other. And if you're not part of our Facebook group, get your upline to add you to the group. That is the most amazing, most positive place in the Jeunesse universe. Just all the positive energy, the welcomes, the advice, the information sharing, everything that's happening in there. I want to congratulate everybody who has been systematically adding their team members to that group. So once people join your team, that's when you add them. Don't just add your friends. Add people that have actually signed up in your Jeunesse business. Add them to that group, and make sure that you put out a welcome message so we can all welcome them to the family, and they can take part of all the positive energy that's happening in there. One of the things that I've been trying to do and be more diligent about is posting events in the Jeunesse Facebook group. We're going to really use that as a place to share information. So, as events come up, I'm going to be posting them in there, and hopefully you guys will do the same thing so that we can make sure that we have a good listing and people can see what's going on in different parts of the world. So today, I promised you guys, after a couple of weeks of millionaire mentorship coaching, and we were talking about the 10 signs you might be addicted to failure. Those were our last two trainings. I promise you that we would really roll up our sleeves and talk about some of the things that, I've employed, and that Samantha and Adam and different all sorts of leaders in this industry who've been successful have employed in order to launch their businesses. Sometimes you take a look at different ones and it seems like, wow, they go so fast. How is it that they go so fast? Over and over again, sometimes after multiple companies, it's still every time just hitting it fast and growing. And, of course, these folks have put in the time, and there's the 10,000 hour concept from Malcolm Gladwell. I encourage everybody to read that book. It's called The Outliers. And it talks about the fact that there's no such thing as luck, and skill and talent don't even really mean anything. It's all about putting the 10,000 hours in. And so, yes, we put the 10,000 hours in, but because of that, there are some things that we do immediately, consistently, repeatedly, over and over again that are the reason why our businesses tend to grow fast. And, I sat back and I thought all week long about, why is it that some people seem to be stuck in the starting gate and other people get out and go fast? And that's really what I want to talk about today. And if you followed the instructions and you got your journal out and you're in a quiet place and you're ready to focus, this is going to be an extremely high value training for you. All right. And I want you to take good notes, and I want you to self-evaluate along the way. And I want you to make decisions along the way about what you're going to do, not next week, but immediately, okay? If you're not going to do what we share today immediately, I just encourage you, just go ahead and hang up the phone, turn off your computer, go back to watching TV, go do something else. This training is only for the people who are serious about rocking. Hey, Maria, I see you. Way to go. I love it. People are chatting me. I need that, guys. Give me some feedback. That's cool. So Maria, let me know that she's on. Trevor's on. Nashville. That's good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in. And I put together some really strong thoughts for you guys. And I want you guys to stay with me on this because it's going to be some good stuff. So let's go ahead and start talking about how to launch your Jeunesse business and how to put yourself on the fast track to diamond, right? And so you can see that picture there. We're talking about launching a rocket. And, how do you launch a rocket? Well, you launch a rocket fast. You can't launch a rocket slow. Otherwise, you're going to have calamity. And so I want to talk with you guys about, really getting off the ground in a fast and major way, okay? So let's talk about this first thing. And I really believe that this first thing here is of paramount importance, extreme importance, and it's this. It's really at the core of your ability to succeed in this business, and it's this. You have to treat your business as seriously, your Jeunesse business as seriously as you treat your job or your other businesses, all right? I mean, you have to treat your Jeunesse business as seriously as you treat your job or your other businesses. I mean, I got to tell you what, guys, I chose this particular image because I thought it really described 95% of the people who are on any team that I've ever built in network marketing, right? And including this one. And it's a sad thing, but it's a real thing. And you ask most people, are you serious about this? And the truth of the matter is, what they are is they're not really serious. They are very semi-serious. They're not really serious. They're very semi-serious. And that's really, kind of a sad testimony to so many people in terms of how they treat their dreams, right? They say they've got these big dreams and they've got these big goals and all the things that they really say they want to accomplish, but at the end of the day, they're not that serious, right? And I look at the things that people will do for a job. I look at the things that people will do for some other business, like the way that they'll go to work when they don't feel well, the way that they will miss their children's events, the way that they will just go above and beyond and make all sorts of sacrifices, in order to run the business, the way they'll put money and investment and take out bank loans and stuff for that, the way they'll travel to support it. all the different things that people will do for a job, the stuff they'll put up with, right? Indignities, getting passed over on promotions, bosses they can't stand, coworkers they can't stand, all that kind of stuff. They'll do all of that for their job, which all these years, it hasn't gotten them where they're going. And if you double that amount of time into the future, they still won't get where they're going. They'll do all that kind of stuff for their traditional business, which 9 times out of 10 isn't making them happy. It's turned out to be a job that they now own instead of, a marvelous, wonderful adventure. And when it comes to this business, all of a sudden they can't make any sacrifices. They can't miss any games. They can't miss any parties. They can't do anything. And the reason is because they don't take this business as seriously as they take other businesses. And I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons why I've been successful, and Samantha and Adam and all these leaders that you respect and admire, all these diamonds. I'll tell you one big reason why we're so successful, because we are so serious about this. We're so serious about it. It's not a game, right? Look at it. It's Sunday night. My family is in different places. One's in one room and one's in the other room because they know, hey, this is serious. Leave that guy alone. He's serious about this. All day, I've been getting ready for this. I didn't just, half-ass it. I really put time into preparing this and thinking about what I was going to share with you guys. Why? Because I'm serious about this. You see me traveling all over the place and the intensity and all that kind of stuff. Why? Because I'm serious about this. And that's why we win. Adam, look at his travel schedule, all the different places he's going. I sat down and he went over his calendar for April and for May, all the places that he's going. And it's literally every week, sometimes 2 and 3 places a week. And in May, it's going to be 2 and 3 countries a week. I told him, I said, dude, I'm tired listening to your calendar. I said, I thought I was grinding. You are on it. And here, this guy is making a few $100,000 a month. But he is on it. Why? He deserves every penny because he's serious. And so I want to challenge you guys. That's really where it starts. You've got to get serious. You see, you're so serious about your job that you don't show up a minute late because you don't want them to write you up or dock your paycheck. And you don't leave early because you don't want to have issues. And you do all sorts of things you don't want to do because you don't want to have issues. You're serious about that. You tell people when they call and mess with you, say, don't call me with this stuff at my job. Why? Because you're serious about that. You're concerned with how you dress when you show up. Why? Because it's your job, because you're serious about that. Can you be that serious about this business? This business will set you free. There's no other business in the world where you can put in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years of effort, and at the end of that period of time, have the opportunity to be making more in a month than many people will make in 2, 3, 4 years, sometimes even a decade. I have a friend in Jeunesse who literally in the month of March made more money than many people will make in a decade. Is that worth being serious about? So that's the first place that it starts. You got to take this as seriously as your job. And so I want you to ask yourself right now, how serious, compared to my job, compared to my other businesses, how serious am I about Jeunesse? And do my actions demonstrate that? Do they support that we're that serious? Now, Zeus is real serious right now about the dogs that are walking outside. So we're going to make sure we take care of Zeus. We're going to put him in the room with mommy. Hold on. Thank you. Can you take Zeus out of here, please? Zeus is not part of the conference call. All right. Okay, cool. So guys, we're going to go on to the next part here. And part and parcel of being serious is that you're going to have to fire all of your excuses. Man, I tell you what, guys, I feel like I'm in the excuse listening to business sometime. And by the way, before I get too far into this, I want to welcome a few more people. Daniel, welcome to the webinar, to the deal here. Glad to see you're on. Hey, Rosette. Yeah. Okay. Rosette is not only is she on, but she's on Google Hangout. It's her first time. She got it figured out. She's one of our top leaders. She's on her way to Sapphire. And you know what? Rosette is in the Philippines. She's in Manila right now, and she's on this. So way to go. I think it's like, I think in Manila, it's probably what, like 9 or something in the morning on Monday. So way to go. But I'll tell you what, guys, let's jump into this next one here, firing all of your excuses. You know, so many people, what happens is one of the reasons that they don't succeed is because they love their excuses, right? And you can see here from this picture, I can't do it. It's hard. This person's better than me. I don't have that. I don't have this, right? I mean, I've heard every excuse in the world. I've heard I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm single, I'm married, I don't have kids, I have kids, I'm black, I'm white, I'm Asian, I'm Spanish, I'm not short, I'm not tall enough, I'm, you know, I don't dress well, I don't speak well, all sorts of excuses, right? I don't have the time, my job keeps me too busy, my kids keep me too busy, excuse after excuse after excuse. And here I'm trying to tell you guys that it doesn't really even matter. Any excuse is good enough. You know, if you're looking for a way, or if you're looking for a way out, if you're looking for a way to not do it, any excuse is good enough. But you got to just be real with yourself, and you got to actually determine what is it that you're willing to fight through, what is it you're willing to deal with in order to be successful. And I need to qualify that and say, what is it you're willing to deal with and fight through for a season? Because, you know, what's really amazing is that once you start to have success in the business, all these issues, they start to go away. You know, you start to have success, you push through, start to get successful, then all of a sudden you realize you aren't good enough. You realize that, you know what, it doesn't matter that you have 5 kids. You can do it with 5 kids. It doesn't matter. You realize it doesn't matter that you're a single parent. You can do it as a single parent. You begin to realize that your skin color and your primary language, none of that stuff matters. All that matters is your heart, and are you willing to do it? So I want to challenge you guys that if we're going to do this, if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to get rid of those excuses that you've been holding on to. You know, some of you guys, I'm saying some of the folks on the team, I've known you for a long time. I've known you for a lot of years. And for 5 years, for 7 years, you've been actually giving the same excuse. And my commitment to you from this point forward is every time you give it, I'm going to let you know how many years it's been that you've been saying the same thing. Because my job is to help you break through. Okay? I want to help you break through. I want to, hey, Vicky's on here with us too. Vicky Kaufman, one of our new Jades, rocking it here. So she's on with us. Way to go, Vicky. It is my pleasure to help and serve the team. She gave me just a little kudos there. Thank you, Vicky. All right, let's keep it going. You got to have a now mentality. This is another place where it's a common thing among successful people in Jeunesse, successful people in network marketing, successful people, period. It's always about now. We never believe in putting success off. Okay? So for example, if you're just getting started, I want to talk to the people who literally just got started. Here's what you got to do. You got to go out there and exhaust yourself to explode and have an amazing first 30-day story. Amazing first 30-day story. See, one of the things we all understand as top leaders, top earners, top performers is that there's power in your first 30-day story. You know, to be able to say, hey, here's what I did in my first 30 days. And I love when people say, well, I want to just kind of do it and succeed at my own pace. Okay, and that's fine. You can certainly succeed at your own pace. But just want to let you know that nobody really gets excited about the it took me 20 years story, right? What do people get excited about? People get excited about the fast story, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to push yourself to have the fastest story. Now, how do fast stories happen? Fast stories are not created by luck. Fast stories are created by decisions. Fast stories are created when an individual says, in my first 30 days, I will accomplish this. This week, I will accomplish this. Next week, I will accomplish that. My first 30 days, this is the target, this is the goal, this is the only acceptable outcome. Now mentality. Now, what if you missed your first 30 days? Okay, you're like, T.Gray, I didn't know it. And now I'm in my 2nd month, my 3rd month, my 4th month. Well, not your 4th month, because we haven't been in four months. Well, then make a decision now about the next 30 days. Okay? So maybe you can't create a first 30-day story, but you can create a next 30-day story. And you know, it can be your first 30 days because it'd be the first 30 days from the point where your eyes were open and your mind was open and you understood what you had to do. And in the first 30 days following that, this is what you did. Okay? That's what you want to do. You know, Samantha and I, when we got started, we made a decision. We said, we have to be Sapphire in our first 2 weeks. We have to. And the reason we had to do it was we were going to the big event in Vegas. And we had to make sure that we were going to cross the stage. So we had to go ahead and get it done. And we're working with several people right now. They've got to get Sapphire done. So folks, you want to have a now mentality. I've seen so many people kind of say, oh, well, no, you know, next month is fine. Whenever it happens, it happens. That's failure talk, right? Hey, I'm really only speaking to the people who want it bad and who want it fast, okay? You know, and I'm just shooting straight, and if I offend some people and, you know, hopefully I don't blow you out the water, but if I do, hey, my job is not to coddle. My job is not to enable. My job is to empower. And the first thing I have to do is I gotta show you what's inside the matrix, right? And so here's the thing, guys. You have to have that now mentality, go fast. And here's what happens. The reason why you want to do that is when you go fast, it's attractive, right? You think about dogs, right? You guys heard my dog barking just a little while ago. But you think about a dog on the street, right? And you got all these cars that are parked on the street. You notice the dogs don't chase the parked cars? You know why they don't chase the parked cars? They're not going anywhere, right? Which cars do the dogs chase? The cars that are coming down the street. And then the dogs just go ripping right after them, right? Well, that's who you've got to be. You've got to take your car out of park, put it in drive, get going, and it's amazing how people will line up and follow behind you. That's why you got to have that now mentality that says, hey, I'm going someplace, I'm going there fast, and always be telling people what you've been able to accomplish, right? So, you know, many of you guys, if you follow me on Facebook, I put up there, hey, look, you know what, our first 5 weeks, 1,000+ people, 18 countries. You know what happened? I put up a video on Friday that said that. Immediately, I got ping, 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 ping. Hey, all right, you got me. What are you guys doing? Why? Because those are now the people that were watching to see what we were doing. Because guess what, folks? People are watching. And so successful people, we recognize that. And that's why we have a now mentality. And we've got to do it now. We've got to push it fast. And you know what? It hurts. We end up tired. We end up exhausted. You know, every once in a while, we make ourselves a little sick. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, we end up with the story and the lifestyle that everybody else wishes they would have. But unfortunately, we make the sacrifices that nobody else wants to make. So I want to challenge you guys to have that now mentality. Associated with that is this: don't wait on anybody. So many times what happens is people are waiting for someone to come and start them. People are waiting for someone to give them permission to rock and roll. And I want to challenge you that, you know, you can't wait. You can't wait for your upline. Some folks are out there literally waiting for me. Don't wait for me. Don't. You got to jump in. That's what I love about, you know, what's happening down in the Texas Valley with the Terrys, you know, Marsha and Onawa. They're not waiting for me. They started doing meetings. They never asked for permission. They just started doing them. Rosette never asked for my permission in Guam, and Rosette and Lynn and Daisy, they never asked for my permission. They're not waiting for me. They're not waiting for me to come to Guam and get them started. They're launching Guam, they're launching the Philippines, and they're like, T.Gray, you can catch up whenever you want to, but we can't wait for you. Jamoke and Martina and Diola and Ife and Gubeme and the whole crew, Obina, these guys down in Nigeria, they are most certainly not waiting for me. They are rocking it. If you see the list that we put up of rank advancements of all the jades and the pearls and the sapphires, the majority of them are from Nigeria. Why? Because they are not waiting for anybody. But yet we have so many people that are sitting around waiting for my strategy session, waiting for you to come and solve this for me. Don't wait. Don't wait for your upline. Don't wait for your downline. Don't wait for the company. Don't even wait for your product to arrive. Do you realize, guys, I sponsored my first 20, 25 people before my product even arrived? Come on, guys, who's waiting? You know what? I'm looking at Rosette. It's so funny to me because, the company hasn't quite figured out yet the best way to ship products to Guam, right? So, and now, the team in Guam, they've educated the company, right? So now we're working with the company to change the way the company ships products to Guam. So check this out. Rosette was literally in the business for a month. Her auto ship ran, and she still didn't even get her product. Already went Pearl, knocking on the door of Sapphire. I said to Rosette, wouldn't it be funny if you went Sapphire before you even got your product? Wouldn't it be funny? And so we're just laughing at it, right? Because you know what? She's not tripping. I mean, yeah, it's inconvenient, and no, it's not fun. But at the end of the day, she knows, hey, it's going to come. I mean, the company is a $400+ million company. They are going to solve it. So why sit around and wait? The only person who's going to suffer if I wait is me. So don't wait. Don't wait for your business cards. I tell people all the time, well, when my business cards come, I'll start. You don't need business cards. I went to the top of my second company before I even ordered my first set of business cards. In my first company, my upline taught me you don't need any business cards. So I went diamond in that company without business cards. Hey, you don't need business cards to win. Give people your number, put it in their phone. Stop waiting for the right time. There is no such thing as a right time. You're never going to be less busy. Life is never going to clear the runway for you to be successful. I want you to think of your job as you're flying the airplane of success, and you're trying to land it on the runway of success, and life's job is to throw as much crap as possible on the runway to see if you can land the plane anyway. Life is never going to say, okay, let's clear things up so that she can be successful. How about we give you 12 trouble-free months where everything is just perfect? No, life's not going to do that. Don't wait for your kids to get older. Don't wait for your kids to get younger. I mean, people blame so much stuff on their kids. Do it for your kids. So bottom line, guys, is you can't be sitting around waiting. You gotta have this mentality that it has to be, like we said on the last slide, it has to be now. All right, I want to talk about this next one here, which is taking responsibility for your own success. Right? You got to take responsibility for your own success, guys. This is really an important one because it's really a key differentiating factor because it really stymies so many people in this area. You have to learn that this is your business, that you are the CEO. As a matter of fact, right now in your notes, I want you to write down, I am the CEO. Okay. And I got to tell you, I got to say sidebar right now because I know there's like 5 people out there saying, man, I thought he was going to give us the magic formula of sponsor this many people, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, guys, you know what? That's part of it too, but this is it. This is really the key stuff, right? I mean, I look at people like, I keep using the same names over and over again. People like Jesse Owens Frazier and people like, the Terrys and Rosette and the folks down in Nigeria, Jamoke and that whole crew. They don't know the plan. They don't know the numbers. I shouldn't say they don't know the plan. They don't know this. I got to sponsor, all that kind of stuff. I coach them on that stuff as we go. Jamoke will very often. I'll wake up in the morning. I've got messages from Jamoke. She'll email me. She says, "Okay, hey, here's the new, here's what I need you to. I need you to help me map out my plan so I can really maximize this." So all they know though is what they need to do. They take responsibility for their own success. They know it's their business, and so they go, right? So, but there are a few things that you want to make sure that you know, and it's your job to know them, right? Like the comp plan. That makes sense, right? You should know how you get paid, right? And so, one of the leaders get upset with me because they'll ask me basic comp plan questions. Like somebody asked me recently, what are the qualifications for Jade? Or what are the qualifications for Pearl? What are the qualifications for Sapphire, right? And if you're a brand new baby, I might answer the question for you one time. But if you're like one of the leaders or you've been around for a little while, this is the answer you're going to get. You ready? I can't believe you're asking me that question. Go look it up. I'm serious. I tell them that. I can't believe you're asking me that question. Go look it up. Because, when I got started in the business, I had the privilege of being able to spend some time one-on-one with Adam Vincent Gilmer, spend some time one-on-one with Jason, and have these guys, just really, give me the scoop, the skinny about the company and answer all my questions. But there was one question I never asked. I never asked them, can you go ahead and break down the compensation plan for me? I just understand that, what, these guys are out there rocking it. They've got such huge businesses. That's not something I need to ask them, because the company publishes that, right? And what I did is I sat on the plane and I pulled out the compensation booklet and I read it and I took notes. I said, the comp plan says this, and I interpreted. And if there were things that I could not understand, then I would ask. But it's my job to read the comp plan so that I know the rules and how I get paid. Same thing for you. It's your job to know that, okay? It's your job to maintain a working inventory. That's another thing, right? And there's going to be times when you don't have a box and you need to put the word out, hey, who's got a box? Who can help me out, right? And that's fine, because we all do that. I had to just do that recently, right? But it's your job to make sure that that is not the norm, that you're not always doing that, right? That you are quick to replace that product, and you are also quick to order enough so that you have. I sometimes I get people that ask me for product, and I go and I look and I see they've never ordered any product. So I tell them no. No, because what you're telling me is you want me to warehouse your business. No, because when you get paid, you're not going to give me your check. So what you want to do, guys, you want to have this mentality. I'm trying to give you guys a glimpse of the mentality that's going to create the level of success that you need. Same thing with customer service issues, right? Stop asking your upline, when your product's going to come and about your auto ship and stuff like that. We don't know. We're not customer service. We don't work in a warehouse. We don't work in customer service. And, all we're going to have to do is the same thing you can do. We just pick up the phone and call customer service. And right now, customer service is broken, right? And we broke it when we put 81,000 people in the company in February, right? There's just no human way possible for the company to keep up with that. So don't get mad at the company. Just celebrate the fact that we broke it, right? And I happen to spend some time with Wendy, and I know what they're doing to fix it, and the fix is happening right now, okay? So in the short term, if you call customer service, you're going to be on hold for 20, 30 minutes. So you do it. Stop asking us to do it. We need to keep leading and developing and building and all that kind of stuff. And if you have a customer service issue, then, go ahead and get on the phone with them and figure it out and sort it out. Be big boys and big girls and just deal with it. All right, guys? So take responsibility for your own success. All right, let me get this thing back on here for you guys so you can see the slides again. 2 seconds here. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. You guys ready? Here we go. In harmony with that, you want to be about solutions. All right, this is a mindset. This is really important. I'm going to tell you this, and I want you guys to hear what I'm saying like super clearly. If you are a person who gets really focused on problems and who likes to chew the problem and talk about the problem and expound on the problem and let everybody know how upset you are about the problem and really start to dig into why the problem exists, right? I've even had people, email the company and say, I need you to tell me why this happened, right? If that's you, I need you to hear what I'm about to say next. You ready? You will never, ever, ever succeed. You won't. You just can't. You know why? Because it's the people who solve problems who make the most money in this world. And the reason why they able to solve problems is because they focus 90% of their energy on the solution and only 10% on the problem, right? So when they raise issues, they're raising the issues with the solution. It's kind of like when I was working with Rosette on this problem that we have with shipping to Guam, right? And by the way, one of the things I hope that you guys are noticing is that, hey, there's no such thing as a successful company with zero problems. Every successful company out there, Microsoft, Apple, IBM, you name it, they have huge success. And they also have huge problems that they're constantly having to solve. And it's the fact that they keep solving the problems that is what propels their business to the next levels, right? You can tell us the size of a business by the size of the problem that it takes to shut it down. And as long as they can keep solving problems and rising to the challenge, they'll continue to succeed. And so it's like with Rosette and I, we're working on this whole Guam thing. I want to just kind of give Rosette some commendation, because when she brought me the issue, she brought me the solution at the same time. She said, T.Gray, it's taking too long for us to get our product in Guam. And it's because the company is using this mode of shipping and that mode of shipping. Here's what they need to do. They need to use the United States Post Office, because if they do this, it's going to get here in this time. And she even went so far as to say, and they need to use this type of, this particular option with the United States Post Office, because it's going to be faster, it's going to be trackable, it's going to be reliable, it's going to be cheaper. So when I went into the company, I went in with the solution. They thought I was really smart. I said, no, Rosette has this all figured out. That all we need to do is exactly what she's saying to do. So you got to become a person who's about the solutions. The people who are just about the problems, we can really do without them, because, by the time you've identified the problem, guess what? 10,000 other people have identified the same problem. It's a big company, right? So be a solution-minded person. All right, I really want to talk about this one here. This is good stuff. I hope you guys are on the phone. You're really missing out, because I want you guys to see this picture. So make it your goal that by next Sunday you'll have figured out how to get on the how to see this, because this is so worth it right here. All right, so this next one says engage, get in the mix, right? So I think about like Sam and I, when we got started, there was a time when we were learning about the company. And, when we were learning about the company, we were obviously out on the outer edge because we weren't in yet, right? So, we didn't know anybody, we didn't know anything, we were just kind of learning. We were prospects, right? But from the moment that we decided this was our company, and from the moment we signed up, we got involved, we got engaged, and we had to, separate ourselves from our previous company. So that slowed us down a little bit. But from the moment we walked out of their offices, having separated ourselves from that situation, we were engaged. We started doing conference calls. We started getting on everything. We went to the events. We were just in it. We're on the Facebook. We started our own Facebook group. The whole nine, right? We got engaged. And it's because we know something about the people who refuse to engage. And I like to call them too cool for school. They say, I don't need all that, right? I don't need all those text messages. I don't need the Facebook stuff. I don't do Facebook, right? Well, those folks don't realize it, but they are the gazelles that are on the outer edge, right? So look at this picture real close, right? The lion is chasing down this gazelle. Where is that gazelle? That gazelle is outside of the pack, right? If you look at it, look closely at the picture, you can see that there's this whole pack of gazelles. And they don't look like they're running, do they? They're not. They're quite calm, because they know the lion ain't coming in there, because there's so many of them and there's only one lion, that what happens if the lion goes in there, the lion's going to get trampled. The lion don't even want to go in there, because the lion's like, I'm not feeling getting trampled today. But who's the lion going after? This gazelle that was too cool for school. This gazelle that said, you know what? I don't need all that camaraderie, all that stuff. I'm just going to do this business by myself, right? And there's always people like that don't want to get on the calls. They don't want to come to the meetings. They say, I don't need the rah-rah. And now the new thing is, I don't do Facebook. I don't do social media. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, all your I don't do's are going to limit your success. I don't do, won't do, can't do, don't do. It's going to add up to don't have, can't have, right? So I just want to challenge you. You said you had this big dream. I just want to put it to you straight. What is your dream worth? Is your dream worth getting on a conference call on Sunday night? Obviously, my dream is worth putting on a conference call every Sunday night. My dream is worth taking the time to prepare. Like my whole Sunday has been preparing for this call. my whole Sunday. That's how big my dream is. Is your Sunday worth getting off, right? Is your dream worth webinars? Is your dream worth going to meetings? Is your dream worth going to the training? Is your dream worth going to the regional events? Is your dream worth, now I'm pushing you a little bit more, we got the local events, the ones that are in your city. The regional events are the ones that are within, 4 or 5 hours driving distance. Are you willing to drive 4 or 5 hours? Look at James Henry. He drove from Nashville to Chicago. He drove from Nashville to Orlando. A little bit more than 5 hours. That's 12 hours. But his dream is that big. That's why I can tell you right now, he will be a diamond in this company. But is your dream worth national events? Is your dream worth the ones where you might have to get on a plane? Or if you don't have the airfare, drive 12, 15, 20 hours? Is your dream worth that much? Is your dream worth the global events like Singapore in September? I want to challenge you. Go to that. I'm going. If you go to that, you're going to get something in your tank that nobody can give you. But you have to go there to get it. Ooh, some people say Singapore. 25-hour airline flight. Ooh, that might cost me a couple of $1,000s. Save up your money. Start selling some instantly ageless. Recruit some people and don't put the money in your pocket. Put it in a cookie jar. Put it in a Singapore box. Is your dream worth overcoming your technology issues so that you can be on Facebook? Because I tell you right now, our social media group is so awesome. And I gotta give another commendation. I gotta commend Pam Crosno because I was in Orlando when Pam joined the business, and bless her heart, she's an amazing lady. She's a powerful leader. She's done a lot of great things. She's a voice in her community. But you know what? The technology part doesn't come as easy. I mean, because we struggle with her phone trying to get her signed up. But man, she's in that Facebook group. She's posting and she's welcoming and she's commending. I mean, she's in the mix. She's engaged. And that's why she's a pearl, going sapphire, right? So folks, I want to challenge you, get in the mix. When you're in the mix, we keep each other hot. When you're out on the edge, it's so easy to go cold. It's so easy for the lion to come and eat you, okay? All right, now let's get touchy. I want to get touchy with you guys and talk about your money. I'm going in your pocket here. Another thing that makes us successful is that we invest in our businesses, right? We're not trying to get something for nothing. And so I want to challenge you, if you really want to launch your business, you are going to have to spend some money. Whatever it is that you want more of in your life, you're going to have to give it up first. You want more love, you're going to have to be more loving. You want more friends, you're going to have to become a better friend. If you want more time, you're going to have to give up some. And if you want more money, you are going to have to make an investment. You are going to have to. Guys, I'm just trying to tell you, you are not going to be able to succeed on the cheap, okay? Granted, you don't have to spend as much money as opening a McDonald's or a Dairy Queen or something like that. But you will have to invest some money in your business. You are going to have to purchase a starter pack. You are going to have to, buy and use the product. You are going to have to subscribe to things like J Social for $19 a month. You are going to have to go to an event, buy an airline ticket, or carpool with somebody. You are going to have to stay in a hotel from time to time. Those things are deposits. Like you see the two images here. If you would like to have a money tree, then you gotta invest in it. That's what the left picture is about. You look on the right picture, you can see that person it's like they're planting money. And so many people, what they do is they'll plant it and they'll dig it up. How do you dig it up? Is when you dig it up is when you make money, you take all of the money that you make and you put it in your pocket, you pay your bills, and you don't put anything back in the business. You know what we call that? We call that eating your seed. Don't eat your seed. Make sure you sow it back so you can have another harvest, okay? So you need to commit to investing money in your business. Also, you're going to have a philosophy where you are serious about getting better every day. Every day, constant improvement. The philosophy is called CANI, constant and never-ending improvement, CANEI, constant and never-ending improvement. Every single day you want to get better. What I see so many folks do is they keep doing it the same way, 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 and it keeps not working, not working, not working, not working, not working. What you got to do sometimes, you got to step back and say, okay, what do I need to do to get better at prospecting? How do I get better at approaching people? How do I get better at what I say and how I say it, and my facial expression when I'm saying it, my tonality when I'm saying it? Okay, that didn't work out well. How can I do it better next time? Okay, let me practice it. Let me see how I can do it better next time. How can I get better at presenting? How can I get better at doing three-way calls? How can I become a better leader? Write this down, folks. You want to become the leader that people want to follow. So that means you're going to have to constantly get better at being a leader. How can I improve my posture? So many times people come across as desperate and needy and all that kind of stuff, and weak even. How can you get better at your posture? Because people don't follow those kinds of people. People follow people that are leaders. How can I do that? You guys give me 2 seconds here. I've got to do something for Adam. Please forgive me for this, guys. But it has to do with the conference call that's coming up. Okay. All right. And how can I get better at getting new people started and following up, right? Getting new people started, by the way, is one of the most important skills. Being able to help new people get out of the gates and handling objections and painting the vision, letting people know where this is going, right? How do you want to get better at that? You want to get better at painting, I call that kind of the big talk of the business, right? Because that's what people are looking for. People are looking for a future. So how can you get better at that? Okay. One of the things you want to get better at is this concept called relaxed intensity, right? So you got this picture on the screen here of this duck, right? And when you ever see a duck on top of the water, the duck just seems so calm, so peaceful. Doesn't look like the duck is working that hard, right? But instead, underneath the duck's feet, it's paddling like crazy, right? Well, that's how you need to be. I know you're excited and you want people to be in your business. You want them to be on your team. But you know what, guys? You don't want to be like like a rabid dog all over people. You may want to be that way inside. Like, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. But when you're talking to people, it's like, hey, guess what, guys? We got some big things happening here. Our company is the fastest growing company in the industry. Meanwhile, they can see inside you. You're like, yes, it's so exciting. It's so big. It's exploding. But as you're talking to people, it's like, hey, listen, you know what? That's right. We were number 258 on the Inc. 500 fastest growing companies list. Yeah. Everybody loves a winner, don't they? And inside you're like, come on, you want to join? You need to do this. And you're like, yeah. So that's why, we're a winning company and we've got a winning team. You definitely want to be a part of that, right? So, folks, that's called relaxed intensity. And you want to master that. You don't want to come across as needy. You want to be urgent, but you don't want to be pushy, right? What does that sound like? Urgent is, hey, so what do you say we get together in the next couple of days, right? And the person says, okay, right? See, that's urgent. It's not pushy, okay? And let people feel like you're on a track that's going someplace and they don't want to miss out. All right, now we're starting to get a little hardcore here. You want to be a doer. This is the next thing. You want to be a doer. When you look at successful people in this industry, they are doers. They are people who understand that this is network marketing, not work marketing, okay? And so they focus all of their energy on the two things that make you money. And there are only two things: getting new customers and recruiting new builders. So if you're spending time organizing things and watching videos and getting ready to get ready and all that kind of stuff, I'm here to tell you that you're never going to be successful. You got to be a person who is doing the two things that make you money, right? You know, I challenge you to out-recruit me, right? I mean, I've recruited a ton of folks already. I challenge you to have more customers than I do. I challenge you to talk to more people than I do. I challenge you to do more meetings than I do. I challenge you to do more three-way calls than I do. I challenge you to do more coaching sessions than I do. Folks, I'm trying to tell you, you got to do the work. There's no way around it. There's no getting around doing the work. You've got to do the work. So I want you to kind of review yourself and ask, where's my energy been? Right? I find that so many people they'll be reading things and listening to tapes and watching videos and stapling papers and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, like, whoo, I'm so exhausted. I've been working so hard. Ain't talked to nobody. Or they'll do one call, two calls. I feel like they ran track or something. I'm trying to tell you guys, you got to put in the work. There's no way around it. You want to go fast, you've got to talk to a lot of people in a short period of time. Talk to a lot of people, short period of time. That's like calling 200 people in a week, or even better, 200 people in a day, right? I challenge you, stretch yourself. You can totally do it. But when you do, it's amazing. Just the sheer force of you having that sense of urgency and being that kind of a doer will change things around. The next thing I want you guys to think about is this. You can't be a hypocrite in this business. Karma is real. People are going to do what you do. And so whatever you do, and it's crazy because whatever you do, your team will only duplicate the right things only 25% of the time. So you better make sure that you are doing all of the things that you want your team to do. So you want people in your business to sign up with the Ambassador Pack? You do the Ambassador Pack. If you couldn't start with the Ambassador Pack, go ahead and upgrade as soon as you can, like now, right? You want to have thousands of people on auto ship? You do your auto ship every single month. You want them to do their auto ship every single month? Do your auto ship every single month. See, you got to be the first one off the cliff. You want people to have customers on the team? You get customers. You want people to recruit? You recruit. You want people to go to events? You be the first one to register and the first one to go. In Vegas, Sam and I were almost the first ones at the door each morning. We turned out to be the second and third people at the door on our team. Vicky Kaufman beat us every single day. She's a beast. Maybe she didn't go to sleep. Maybe she slept there with a sleeping bag. I don't know. But no matter what time Sam and I got there, Vicky was already there. So but be the first person. Be the first person to sacrifice for your business. Be the first person to get on the call. Be the first person to host mixers. Do all the things that you want your team to do and be the first person to do it and do more than your team does, and you set the pace. All right, now, there's a system. And here's the thing. So many times what happens is people get creative and they start doing their own thing. That's going to kill your business. You want to do the system. Because this is like the game of telephone. It's not about what works. It's about what duplicates. Please write that in your notes. It's not about what works. It's about what duplicates. And what you want is you want your people to duplicate. So we've tweaked this. Sam and I have been through 5 versions of this to get to this. Simple 4 steps. We didn't want it to be too many steps. The first step is to go executive. Teach your people when they get started, go executive. Say these words. Get 2 and 2, because that's what we do. Get 2 and 2, because that's what we do, right? So let's create the trend in our business where people become an executive in their first 2 days in the business, okay? Now, after they've got an executive, they've got a person on the left and a person on the right, the next thing you want to do is add 2 more people to the team side. That's the side that traces up to your upline, the side that your upline is helping you build. So many times people don't want to put people there. They think, okay, the upline's going to build it for me. No, if nobody feeds the team side, it's going to die. So you add 2 more people to the team side at least. Besides, you can't go Sapphire unless you have at least 3 of your executives on that side. Which leads me to the third one, go Sapphire, which is 12 personally sponsored executives with at least 3 on each side. And then after you go Sapphire, we're going to focus now on going Diamond, okay? Which is 6 Sapphire legs and 1,000 cycles in 1 month. So that's it. It's just that simple. It's easy to remember. It's the game plan. We teach people that's what we're going to do. How long does that take? It takes as long as it takes. For some people, it's going to take 6 months. For some people, it's going to take a year. For some people, it's going to take 2 years to get to diamond. Doesn't matter, as long as you follow and keep teaching these steps. But I'll tell you who's going to do it the fastest: the person who learns the system the best, follows it the closest, and teaches it the most. Okay. The next thing is you always have to be building toward a goal. You always have to be building toward a goal. You know, I want to start at the bottom picture. It says, hoping for the best is not a plan. And really, that's how so many people address this business. They're just hoping for the best. They're like, okay, April, let's just kind of see what happens. They're not shooting for anything. They're just kind of hoping something's going to happen. And I'm going to let you guys know that you can never succeed by accident. You always have to have a plan. You always have to have a design. Dave Ramsey, financial guru, said a goal without a plan, that's just a dream. So I got to ask you some questions. Executive, when? Write it down. Hopefully you're writing down, if you're not an executive yet, 2 days from now, Tuesday. Or if it's already Monday where you are, Wednesday. Sapphire, when? Your date is good enough. For some of you, it needs to be this week. For some of others, it needs to be 2 months from now. Diamond, when? 10 customers, when? How many videos are you going to send out today? How many people are you going to send videos to today? How many calls are you going to make today? See, folks, what I want to challenge you to do is what successful people have done. We have literally killed the habit of letting ourselves off the hook. Next month is not acceptable. It's got to be now. Stop buying your own excuses. You have to always be building toward a specific goal. Believe it or not, these are the things that will help you launch your business and will totally change your business and attract all the right people to your business. Now, one of the things that people come to face with is skepticism. All right, I've heard that a few times this week. And I want to tell you that if you're dealing with a lot of skepticism, the problem is that you're talking too much and you're trying to do it on your own. If you're dealing with a lot of skepticism, it's because you're talking too much and you're trying to do it on your own, okay? Instead, what you want to do is you want to put third-party credibility to work for you. And the reason you want to do that is because people may like you. They might even respect you, but they don't always trust you. And it's not distrust in the sense that they have a serious distrust. They just don't trust that you're the expert in this. And the sooner that you realize that there's a difference between like, respect, and trust, the more successful you'll be. Stop taking it personally. Stop making yourself the deal. Let the videos do the talking for you. Every question that I can answer with a video, I answer it with a video. Put people on the conference call so they can hear from someone else. Use three-way calls with your upline. This is the most underutilized success tool in network marketing. Put people on three-way calls with your upline so that they can close the deal for you and say the things that need to be said. Take people to meetings. If you're presenting, make sure that you have the flip chart, the slides, and the videos, and you're always pointing to something. Use the product sheets when you're talking to your customers because people believe what they see on TV, hear on the radio, and read in black and white. And isn't that what videos, conference calls, and product sheets and flip charts are? Absolutely. So this is how you break through skepticism. Stop talking so much. Stop trying to do it on your own and leverage these tools. All right, my last one. And this is really, really important. It's committing to the journey. Committing to the journey. Folks, I'm here to tell you that one of the biggest reasons that people are not able to launch their business and get going is so they never made the commitment to it. From the very beginning, they never really made the commitment that I'm going all the way, right? You got to make the commitment to go all the way, to take the full ride, to take the full journey, to go the distance. And what that does is it takes the emotional ups and downs out of it. I said on the screen just a little while ago, commitment to consistency creates emotional stability. Commitment to consistency creates emotional stability. And so, folks, I want to challenge you to make that commitment. You know, commit to going all the way in your business. Commit to however long it takes. Commit to going all the way to the end. Because if you do that, then the stuff that happens in between, that's just the stuff that happens in between. You know, that's just, you know, the stuff that happens in between start and finish is just the stuff. You know, it's kind of like till death do us part. Okay, there's I do, and then there's death, and everything that happens in between is stuff that happens in between. And so the same thing's going to happen in your business. And this is the philosophy, you know, that I approached my Jeunesse business with. I did everything that was on these slides. I do them all. I invest in my business. I take responsibility for my business. I do the work. I have that philosophy and that mentality. I require myself to do it now. I've got clear set goals of when I need to achieve different things. I constantly commit to making myself better, a better trainer, a better teacher, a better presenter, a better prospector, better at, one of the things I'm working on now personally is doing a better product demo. I'll tell you right now, there's like 50 people on the team that can do the product demo better than me. So I'm working on that because I want to make sure that I can do the product demo consistently well and get good results when it's my turn to apply Instantly Ageless to somebody, right? So guys, this is it. This is the formula. It really just comes down to this. And the big question is, will you do it? Will you do it? Well, the sad part about this whole training is not that it's over. The sad part is that for all this good stuff, there's really only one or two people, just one or two, that are going to take this information and run with it. A lot of other folks are going to send me messages and say great training, all that kind of stuff. And some folks are going to say it was too long or whatever. But I'm here to tell you guys that the one or two people that take this information, you'll see them at the top of the diamond charts in record time. Here's the best news of tonight. You and only you get to determine whether that one or two people is you. I can't decide for you. Nobody else can. You can decide, you know what? Enough already. Enough with my excuses. Enough with my procrastination. Enough with not having goals. Enough with trying to do it my own way and talking too much. Enough with kind of standing off from the deal. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do everything T.Gray said today. And I promise you, your whole business is going to change. So that's our training for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. What's really cool about Google Hangout is this. As soon as we're done, the recording is available. All you have to do to see it again is click the link, the YouTube link, and you can watch it over and over again. All right, you guys. So that said, the Sunday night big team call has already begun. In case you don't know the number, it's 712-775-7035. Again, 712-775-7035. The PIN number is 749-892. Again, 749-892. So if you jump on there, you'll be able to catch the rest of that call. They're going over the schedule of events for the week. God bless you guys. Let's rock and roll. I'll see you on Facebook and on top of the charts.